Hey, what's up, Impact Tech team? Dave here. In part one of our video series on how to record video for weekend services, I want to quickly bring you through a tour of the encoding computer here in the tech booth. And if you have already covered some of the basics of files, folders, and programs and where things are at, feel free to skip this video and move on to parts 2, 3, or 4. But this is for guys that are just starting out and want to learn just a brief overview of what we're looking at when you come into the booth at night or in the mornings for a service. So to get started, let's go ahead here on the desktop and double click on the computer. And this is going to open up 3 primary hard drives that we're working with on this computer. The local disk C, which contains the operating system. Never really need to do anything with this drive. There's the recording F drive, which is where all of the final edited and compressed video files go. And then the work buffer is where all the raw recordings are saved that are dumped from the video mixer and recorded live. So if we go into the W drive by double clicking, there's a lot of folders here we can pretty much ignore except for this video raw folder. This is where we're primarily concerned with storage space and files. It's really important that we take a look at all of these raw recordings that come directly off of the video mixer as we're capturing a video, as we're capturing a weekend service, and know that they are almost a half a terabyte in size for every video clip. So one service like Blessed Life Week 5 Saturday night, that's almost half a terabyte. So we want to make sure that this drive is as clear as possible. So if you're coming in, getting ready for the weekend, open up the video raw folder in the work buffer and clear out any video clips that are from the weekend before, assuming that there is no note saying that nothing's been edited. So go into here, make sure this is cleared out, but just know that this is where the raw recordings are saved. If we go back to our computer and take a look at the F drive, this is where, like I said, all of the final recordings are saved. And if you notice, everything is saved by the year and the number of series that it was in that year. So in 2012, Dream was the 6th series of 2012, and Unto Us was the 6th series of 2013. And right now we're in the Blessed Life in May of 2015, but it's only the 3rd series of this year. If you're coming in and it's the first weekend of a brand new teaching series, we'll need you to right-click in this folder and go to New and make a new folder and call it, let's say it's 2016 and this is the 3rd series of 2016 and series title here. When you give a series title name to a folder, make sure you use capital letters. Lowercase just looks bad. I'll go ahead and delete this folder for now because we don't need it. If we go into, let's say, the current folder for the Blessed Life, we're going to see the weeks organized 1 through 4. And so every single time you're coming in to work with these folders, you'll need to make a new folder. So this upcoming weekend, which will happen in a couple days, we're going to need to make a folder called Week 5, and we'll make that. And it's the same thing, right-click, New Folder, and we'll name it that way. If we look into each week's folder, we should see that there is a message, a podcast, and a worship file. And we'll talk about how to make these in parts 2 and 3. But know that if we're doing our job correctly, we're going to see 3 files here, which will end up being in different locations on our website, and on iTunes, and on the archives. Okay, so that's the primary layout. Very simple, very straightforward, nothing too crazy going on. Lastly, we're going to take a look at the desktop. We have Premiere Pro, After Effects, and Photoshop. We're going to be using Premiere Pro probably 85% of the time, After Effects 15% of the time, and once in a rare while Photoshop for some photo stuff. Again, more on these programs in the next couple parts that are coming up. I just wanted to know, you to know, that at least on this desktop, everything that you need access to is right here. Finally, we have Google Chrome, which is an internet browser. It's right down here, and you'll need to use this program to see the service lineup in Planning Center, access any other controls for projectors, that kind of thing. Again, we'll talk more about that in later parts.